It's already approaching 10 at night. At Haifun Harengo Trokijima. Even the rose garden that looked so beautiful during the day is now being beaten down by the fierce winds and resisting with all of its might, undulating and trying to keep the flowers from blowing away. Heading for the guest house through that rose garden, led by Shannon, were Ballard, who was holding up an umbrella, Jessica, and Maria, who was sleeping on George's shoulder.
Let's
just do the guest house. We can make it there on our own. Shan, it's okay. Go back and rest. Oh no, accompanying you is also my duty. The family count is going on inside, and my mom and Genji-san are on the edge. That's the thing. What you consider to her, they'll get the wrong idea and think she's slacking off. That's right. Disgracefully accepting your offer would actually cause her less trouble. Thanks, Shannon. Not at all. Certainly, as my lady says, it's very tense inside the mansion today. My thought to you has allowed me to breathe a breath of fresh air, thanks to the stress off of me. Family conference, huh? They're all in trouble chasing the kids out, so they're probably having a pretty damn nasty discussion. Probably. I'm sure there's nothing we can do about it. How about? Let's make sure to stay out of their way is the best way for us to get used to them, I think. You can bet your ass that they're just going on about money, money, money again. They like they're so rich most of the time, but when it comes down to handing out cash, they start hemming and hawing. Why can't they just be generous and split it evenly between everyone? It'd be great if we got the share too. Because if I got some, I'd split with Shan-chan right away. Thank you so very much. That's alright, I appreciate the offer. Not very materialistic at all, are you, Shannon? Normally, girls of your age have plenty of pretty things they want to buy. Yeah. But none of the things I want can be bought with money. Oh! So ungreedy! Line up all the things I wanted, all the gold in the world wouldn't be enough. Nothing you can buy, she said. I wonder these things that can't be bought that Shan wants are... Any idea, Georgie-san? Well, I wonder. I guess only Shannon would know. I don't know either. George and Shannon looked down with their faces red. Oh, those are the dealers, so he knew what Jessica was teasing them about. George's Aniki is someone I can respect. I think you've met a really great person, Shannon-chan. Yeah? I can rest easy knowing Shannon's in good hands. Stop teasing us. It's a serious issue for us. More importantly, what about you, Jessica-chan? Have you been getting a little closer to Cannon-kun? What? So you and Cannon-kun are like that? How did I see this coming? Am I blind? That's dirty, George, and he's on twisting the conversation like that. It's just, fuck you. As they had an intimate discussion with ups and downs, the four kids headed for the guest house. The annual family conference was extremely important to the Ushiomi family, and this year in particular seemed like it was only especially so. Apparently, the family head Kinzo was personally going to be making a very serious announcement. Everyone other than the Dotes had been strictly ordered to leave the mansion. Tyler hadn't attended the family conference in 6 years, so I hadn't really been noticed. According to Jessica, there seemed to be a very tense atmosphere tonight. Completely different from a normal year. Common sense made it clear that Kinzo, whose reigning life was short, was going to make some big announcement of the succession of the head and distribution of his fortune. Well, I'm surprised. Think that grandfather's actually going to make an appearance this episode? I see. So this is the witch's counterattack. I want to leave the Joker called Kinzo face down a little longer, but it's probably about time to turn it over. Trump cards exist to be used. Damn it. So my theory that grandfather's dead since the beginning and a mysterious 18 person stuck in his place. Now suddenly torn apart? I foreseen that we'd begin to doubt Kinzo eventually. Come on. Your reasoning is back to square one once again, you know. With this, your theory that Kinzo was dead at the very beginning and I was hiding as an 18-person goes poof! God damn it! But no way I'll lose heart! That's only one theory gone. I'll attack you like a storm, like a tornado. I would have it no other way! Even the first twilight has not yet begun. It is far too early to give up. That's right. It's not like it was denied with the red truth. At this point in time, Balor's theory hasn't been defeated. It's too early to say you've won. Yeah, you're right. It is still early for me to simply swallow her story. Grandfather's supposed to finally be appearing. But there's also a small chance there'll be a lot of talk about how his health has gotten worse and he won't appear at all. Uncle Kraus might simply be trying desperately. By the fact that grandfather really is dead until the last second. I see. You could also think of it that way. Do as you please. It will be resolved soon enough. Very soon. On the road, Zanjo could be seen in the dining hall. He enters that quietly, watching the wind and rain outside. Kraus was sitting in the seat of his own ring, with Nachi standing motionlessly at his side. All the other siblings and partners were gathering opposite end of the long table, whispering to each other. Is that true? Yes. Maria said the person who gave her the umbrella was father. Son of a gun! So that means the foundation of our strategy is collapsed!
作戦も何も
Not just our strategy.
お父様が健在
His
で
father's healthy and he said that he will make an announcement himself. Our trivial bargaining with Nissan was completely pointless. Yep. That old bastard. They could have just shown himself right away instead of dragging out. Maybe that's what he wanted to test.
血のつながってない私が言うのもなんだけ
Maybe
ど
it's not my place to say it, since we aren't
あな
related
た
by
たちのお
blood.
父様
But father is very
かな
intelligent,
り
you
頭は
realize.
いいわよ日中のやりとりは多
A
分
change during the day was probably listened in on by one of the servants and reported father.
ってこと
Incredible.
お父様の遺
The fact
産
that
が
we're clamoring
ない
over
で
father's
騒い
inheritance
で
now
ること
clear as day to him.
もうバレバレってことじゃない
Just incredible. Eva held her head, uncharacteristically dejected. If, as Ray said, there had been Kinzo's design from the beginning, a huge setup spread over more than a year in a bid to find the siblings' true natures, then they had fallen for it completely.
お父さんの耳に入ったとまだ決まったわけやない。
So I don't know for sure that it's reached father's ears.
いいえ入ってるに決まってるわ
No, it definitely
兄
has.
さん以外の全員が
Everyone
お
but
父様を
Nissan
死ん
claimed
で
that
い
he
る
was
と言い
dead, and I
切
always
りお
believed
父
in
様の健在を信
his
じな
good
かっ
health.
たああもう終わりだわ
We're done
お
for.
父様は
He'll
宣
make
言
an
する
announcement.
兄さんこそが後継ぎで
They'll say that Nissan will become the section that we aren't even qualified to wear the one-winged angel.
資格もないと宣告するのよ
I fucked up.
姉さんしっかり
Nissan, don't give up. Rosa-san,
マリアちゃんは本
I
当
wonder
に
whether Maria-chan really did receive that umbrella from father.
え
Uh-huh.
どういう意味
What do you mean?
マリアちゃんはお父様に会ったかもしれない
Maria-chan might have met father.
でも私たちは
But we haven't.
マリアちゃんがそうだと主張している
Maria-chan
だ
only
け
claims to have met him.
そんな
What?
マリアが嘘
Are
を
you
つい
saying
て
that
る
Maria's
と
telling
いう
a lie?
落ち着けよローズ。
Whoa, calm down,
マ
Rosa.
リアちゃんが嘘をつくと
Not calling Maria-chan a liar.
だがマリアちゃんは素直な子だろ。
She's the kind of kid who accepts what people tell her, right?
例えばだが源氏さんあたりが
For example, if say Genji-san came to her and said something like, "So my grandmother handed this to you, Maria-sama."
みたいなことを言ったらマリアちゃんは親父に会ったわけでなくても
And even if Maria-chan hadn't met father, she might still say she got an umbrella from him, right?
そうね
That's right.
その手が考えられるわ
That could be a trick.
だがなマリアちゃんはこう言ったんやろ
But what Maria-chan said was this,
お
right?
じいさまがや
Grandmother
ってき
came and handed me an
て
umbrella.
傘を渡してくれたと。
ええそう言った
Yes, it was.
おじい様から直接受け
It
取
was
った
clear that she received the umbrella directly from grandfather.
直接か
Directly, huh?
お手上げだな。
Oh, that's that then.
下手な考え休むに似たりとはよく言ったものだわ
Whoever said the thing of the incompetent can pass for sleeping was absolutely right.
ちょっと考えてみたら
Think about it.
傘が
All
どう
this
こ
is
うな
about
ってどう
this
でも
about
い
the
いの
umbrella is irrelevant.
どうしてよ
Why?
マリアちゃんが兄さんに買収されてあたかもお父様が健在であるかのように嘘を頼まれたかもしれないでしょ
Maria-chan could have been bribed by Nissan to lie and say something that made it look like father was good health, couldn't she?
傘が確かにお父様
There's no evidence that father actually handed the umbrella to her.
どこにもありはしないマリアちゃんが誰から傘をもらっていよ
No
う
matter who
と
Maria-chan received the umbrella from,
あるいは傘なんかそもそももらっていなかったとしても
or even if she was never given the umbrella in the first
お
place,
父様はもうじき現れる
father will appear very
現
soon.
れたお父様の前に傘の問題
Father
な
in
ん
front of
か
us,
全く
question
ど
of
うで
the
もいい
umbrella will be completely irrelevant.
つまり
In other words, the only time the umbrella question comes into play is in the other cases.
そうでない場合ってのは
What do you mean the other case?
そうか。わかったで。
Ah. Oh shit, I got it.
キリエさんが言いたいのはこういうことやろ。
That's probably what Kirie-san's saying.
お父さんもうすぐ出会ってくることになっとるが。
We've been told that father is coming here any moment. There's some excuse would come up why he can't and turn up,
現
right?
れん可能性がまだ残ってるっちゅうことやろ。
そうか。
I see.
そうよね。
Yes, I see that's true.
私たちの追求に兄さんが苦し紛れの時間稼ぎで
Maybe Nissan just said father was going to come here
ったのかもしれ
on
ない。
top of his head and desperate to buy time against our investigation.
やっぱりお父様はすでに亡くなっていて、
Father really has passed away already.
兄さんは今なお
And Nissan is still lying and
ま
saying
だ
he's in
健
good
在で
health.
あると嘘をつき続けている。
つまり
In short, if father
お父
appears,
様が
no
現
schemes will be
れれば
effective.
全ての策は通用しない。考える必要もない。
There's no need to even think about it.
私たちは訴状の魚、
We're fish on the chopping board.
運を天に任せてお父様との直接交渉に臨む
We
し
have
か
no
ないわ。
choice but leave fate to the heavens and face direct negotiations with father.
それこそ
No choice but to beg for money in the expectation we'll need to prostrate ourselves to be subject to his wants.
でも逆にお父様が現れなければ私たちの当初の作戦は何も揺るがない。
But on the other hand, if father doesn't appear, then our original strategy isn't hampered in the least.
なるほど。
I see.
つまりどっちに転ぼうとも今さらあたふたする必要は何もないってことね。
And no matter which way it goes, there's absolutely no need to get flustered now.
そう
That's
いう
it.
こと。お父様が現れれば本来の親族会議が行われる
The
だ
family
けの
comes to be
話。
carried out as normal.
現れなければ私たちは引
If he
き
doesn't,
続
we
き
have to continue
ク
to
ラウ
press
ス兄さんを
Kraus
追求すれ
Nissan.
ばいいだけの話なのよ。
お父さんの機嫌が急
I
に
mean,
悪く
they're
な
not
っ
saying
て
father's mood is suddenly gotten worse, and
みたいなクラウ
we
スさ
gotta
ん
make
の
absolutely sure not let Kraus
言い逃れを
Nissan talk his way out of
許
it.
さんようにせんとな。
どうやら私たちが本当に検討すべきは
It seems we really should try to be figuring this out.
兄さんがどんな策を弄してこの場をごまかそうとしてくるかよ。
What scheme Nissan is going to try and use it by himself sometime.
往生際の悪さは
And better than anyone, just how far I'll go to refuse to submit defeat.
お父様がお元気なら
If father's well,
私たちは土
we
下座
prostrate
してお
ourselves and
金
beg
を
for
没
money.
収しクラウス兄さんの茶
We
番
Kraus Nissan's first, and we continue our ugly sibling fight.
兄弟喧嘩を再開し
Really, your guys are fucked up. Honestly, you guys are absolutely and completely fucked over here, aren't you? Like, given this situation, I don't know how else to put it other than you're absolutely fucked. Like, completely and utterly fucked here. Because I'm gonna assume right now that Kraus comes out, and then you're all fucked. Like, no, he's not gonna give you the fucking money, dumb bitches.
今年も
Seems like this year's family conference is gonna be as wonderful as ever.
だな。
Yep.
下手な考え、休みに似たり。
Thinking of the incoming and passive sleeping then.
もうじき22時だな。
It's almost 10.
兄貴に催促してみるか。
We press Anarchy. Rudolph and Rex looked at Kraus. From his seat, it looked like he was waiting Kinzo's arrival with an air of composure. You couldn't tell whether that really was composure or whether he was scheming about how to tie the lie together.
あなた
Dear,
落ち着きなさい。
yourself.
もう今さらジタバタしても始まらん。
Making a fuss here won't achieve anything.
源氏さんに任せよう。
Let's leave it to Genji-san.
もうじき
It's
10時
almost
ですね。
10 o'clock, isn't it? That was the time that I had set for tonight's family conference to open. In addition, it was also the time that Ushimiya family head needed to appear. Right then, they heard the sound of footsteps approaching from the hall. The remote was set. Natsuki jerked her head with a start. And there came the sound of a knock, and her expression filled with disappointment. Because Kinzo probably wouldn't have knocked.
失礼いたします。
Please excuse us. We have finished closing up the mansion for the night. There's Goda and Kumasawa. Unlike the physically fit Goda, the observer Kumasawa with her own body to still be tasked with works the slate. Of course, Krauss also seemed to know that. Good work.
こんな時間まで申し訳ないね、熊沢さん。
My apologies for making you work in such time, Kumasawa-san.
いいえ。
Oh, no, not at all.
こう見えてもまだまだ
Sing up, ladies, to one of my
ござい
specialties.
ますので。
Oh.
熊沢についてだけは立ち会いを外させてもよい
Can we not at least relieve Kumasawa of the duty of being an observer?
さすがに体に
It really will be difficult on her body, I imagine.
使用人も全員揃えろとの命令だ。
The order was to gather all the servants as well.
逆ら
I cannot disobey. Tonight's family conference is clearly different than the normal one. On a normal year, no one is able to attend the family conference except relatives. It would have been inconceivable for any servants to be present. But this year was different. They had been told to have all the servants attend for the family conference. Of course, they would not be allowed to speak. They were there as observers. There was what was going to happen that needed 5 servants to observe. Even Krauss didn't know. Oh,
徹夜はこう見えても
I'm good at pulling
強い
all-nighters.
旦那様も
You settle yourself with Macro too, Krauss-sama. You'll be able to keep going all night as well.
もっとたくましくなれますよ。
なるほど。
I see, so there's still energy in you yet.
100歳になっても元気でお勤めに違いない。
No doubt you'll be working with such energy when you're well past 100.
奥様、
Madame?
勝手ながら
Forgive my presumptions, but I
軽食
prepared
の
a light
準備を
snack.
させていただきました。いつでも配膳できますので、ご指示を頂
It
戴
is ready to
で
be
きれ
served
ば
at
と思
any
います。
time. Just give the word.
ありがとう
Thank you.
やはりあなたは
You really are
気が利きますね
considerate.
他の皆さんに
Please ask your guests
コー
whether
ヒ
they
ーを
would
お
care
代わ
for
り
some more
進めて
coffee.
ください
かしこまりました。
Certainly! Her bowing slowly, Goda took the pot towards relatives gathered at the other end of the table. As he did, more footsteps approached from the hallway. A single set. They were light. Even for the knock, they could imagine who it was.
失礼
Excuse me.
お子様方
I've taken the children to the guest house.
たしましたご苦労でした
Good work.
今夜は特別な晩です
Tonight is a special evening.
緊張感を欠かさないように
Make sure you stay alert.
はい
Yes.
かしこまりました奥様
Certainly, madame. Genji, accompanied by Kana, had gone to meet Kenzo. There's still no sign of their return. The hands of the clock were creaking past 10. Unsure of that, Eva spoke to Krauss.
兄さん
Nissan,
もう時間だけれども
it's time.
親族会
Is the family conference still
ま
going
だ
to
始ま
start?
らないのかしら
主賓の到着が遅れている
The。arrival of the guests on honor has been delayed.
しばらく待ちたまえ
Wait a short while.
いつまで
How long?
悪いけど時間を切ってもらうわよ
Sorry, but I'm setting a time limit on this.
お父様が
I won't have you saying father isn't quite shown up yet over and over until dawn.
夜明けまで待たされたらたまらないわ
親父殿のお越しになる時間を私が約
How
束
can I make a promise of the time father will show up? Why are you in such a
何を
rush?
焦っているのだね。まずはコーヒーでも飲んで落ち着かん
Why
か。
not drink some coffee and calm down for now?
兄貴、俺たちは
Aniki,
親族
we
会議
gathered here for a
のため
family
に集まってる
conference.
茶番じゃない。
Not a farce.
あと30分は待つ。
Wait 30 more minutes.
だが
If that gets us nothing, we're barging into the
書
study.
斎に押しかけ
押しかけるとは物騒な
Barging into...
当主様への敬いにあまりにも欠ける行為です。
That would be quite an action quite lacking respect for the head.
そうよね。ごめんなさい。
It would, wouldn't it? Sorry about that.
あと30
We'll sit
分
tight
は
for
おとなし
30
く
more
してる
minutes.
わ。
Huh.
30分後に愛が浮かべられるか楽しみだわ。
I look forward to seeing whether you can keep that same smile 30 minutes from now.
親父殿
You
が
honestly believe that father is dead?
それを今さら議論する気はないわ。
I have no desire to discuss at this point.
お父様がここにやってくればいい。兄さんを言いま
There's
す
absolutely no need for me to argue you down, Nissan.
何もないもの。
後宮家当主は正当なる人間へ正当なる手続きをもって継承される。
The Ushiro-miya family headship will be passed down to the proper person in the proper manner.
お前が何の策を浪したところで何も抗えんよ。
Now, what you may scheme, you cannot go against this.
もちろん
Of course, the same goes for me.
何をわけのわかんないことを。
What are you on about?
今までさ
You've been bragging all these years about being the successor to the head
自分こそが
yourself.
激闘士だと威張ってきたくせに。
お前の言葉をそのまま返そう。
Allow me to turn your words straight back on you.
それを今さら議論する気は
I have no
ない。
desire to discuss that at this point.
親父殿がやってきた。
Father merely has to come here and proclaim it with his own
そ
mouth.
れを宣言すればいいだけの話だ。お前を言い負かす必要などどこにもない。
It's completely unnecessary for me to argue you down.
だったか
Right. Krause casually turned Eva's words back on her. Of course, that poured fuel on Eva's anger. But didn't ignite. Because in that instant, the sound of a very loud knock rang out. Both Genji and Ken were usually very reserved when they locked. They wouldn't hit the door with such a violent strength. It was like a judge gavel slamming down in a call to order. So everyone fell quiet. The door opened slightly, and Genji himself showed up. Then he spoke with a solemn tone different from his usual one. It wasn't the tone he used when carrying out his duties. It was the tone he used when speaking to Kinzo himself. So just by hearing Genji speak like that, the siblings were struck with a sudden tension.
皆様、ご着席を。
Take your seats, everyone. Those words, the dining hall fell into complete silence and everyone rushed back to their designated seats. They were like students who had been making a lot of noise just before homeroom and hardly returned to their seats when the teacher came. It might even have felt humorous. There's no way anyone would joke about it. Everyone sat in order, and Shannon, Goda, and Kumasawa stood up straight in a row against the wall.
栄光ある後ろ宮家
The head of the glorious Ushiro-miya family, and Lord Rokijima, the eye that sparkles gold.
島の領主後ろ宮金蔵卿のおなり
The
で
Lord
ある
Ushiro-miya Kinzo is present. Of the row doors into the dining hall, Genji opened the right door from the inside, and Ken opened the left door from the outside. And welcome by the deepest of bows from the two servants, with his cape fluttering majestically, Kinzo appeared. Kinzo's gut had a dignified weight to it, and it was very hard to believe that he had been diagnosed as having not much time left to live. Genji pulled back Kinzo's seat and motioned for him to sit. Kinzo remained standing, signaling with his chin for Genji to move back.
ようこそ諸君、六軒島へ。
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rokenjima.
何を怯え
By
た
the
顔
frightened
をして
face
おるのか
ever.
エヴァ。
いえ、そんな怯えてるなんて。
No, why would I be frightened?
お父様が
I'm just really finding your next in spirits,
ほっと
father.
しただけで。
おお。エヴァ。
Eva, you're as interesting as ever, aren't you?
クラウスとの
You might not try saying how first you are losing your bet with Kraus.
言えばよいのに。言えないよな。
You can't say it, can you? Ever realized that their conversation during the day that had indeed been an open book to Kinzo, and she turned red as she hung her head in shame.
さてと。
Well then, my daughters, sons, and their companions.
その伴侶の諸君。お前たちの終身
Tonight I shall make an important announcement regarding those things that you have had your hearts set upon. My portion in the success of the headship.
重要な発表をしようと思う。まず最初に。
But first,
私
I think I'm mention how incredibly disappointed I am.
していることを伝えようと思う。それは今日まで誰にもあの人
I've heard the fact that, to this very day, not a single one of you has been able to solve the riddle of the epitaph. Even though Kinzo had said he was disappointed, condescending smile as though there was no way the likes of them could have solved it rose to his face as he cast an eye over each and every one of them.
私は
I'm planning on handing over everything to the person who could solve it.
譲り渡すつもりでいた。しかし
But here we stand
今日
today.
までに誰も得
A single person has succeeded. All that is mine.
誰にも継承されることなくここに至っているわけだ。情けない。
Shameful.
お前たち
The fact that not one amongst you has come forward the qualifications to succeed me.
現れなかったことが私は知ら
I find it truly disappointing and shameful and pathetic.
と思っている。
Siblings hung their heads into silence. Of course, they would have solved it if they could. They had blown their chance, and none of them could deny that. But even so, it's just so hard a riddle.
よって
Therefore,
私は非分の
I'm going here now that I was suspend the use of the epitaph riddle as a method of choosing my successor.
ここにchooseことを宣言する。
Oh, that's interesting.
つまりはタイム
In short, time is up.
ゲームオーバーというわけ
This is game over.
残念だったなお前たち。
What a shameful display for all of you.
お前たちには
You all had an equal chance and fair one. That has all now
それが
collapsed.
今ここについえ。
She sounded like Kinzo was making a victory proclamation.
ならば当主は長男の
In
クラ
that
ウ
case,
スに
the head should be
継承
succeeded
さ
by
れ
my
る
oldest son,
の
Kraus.
だ。
This the thought alone makes you laugh.
答えはノーであ
The
る。
answer is no. What?
わかっているよ。
I'm sure you understand why, Kraus.
お前には
As I gave you the title of
次期当主
successor.
という肩書きを与えた。だが
I did nothing with it but get drunk on it.
溺れただけだ。次期当主
Do you know what it means to be the successor?
どういう意味かわかるか。
お父さんの後を継ぐ
It means to be the one who would succeed you, father.
違う。
Wrong!
次期当主
The successor is something that's created by the current head
当主
at
が約
all!
束されたものではない。いいかクラウス、
Listen up, Kraus.
二度と
I only choose this one, so unplug your ears and listen.
次期当
The
主
successor,
と
see?
いうのはな自分
It's what you call someone who finds everyone else who's after the headship. Thoroughly breaks their noses, makes sure they can never disobey him
二
again.
度と逆らえないようにしてやるやつのことを言うのだ。これは何も当主だ
That's
けの
not
こと
only
で
something
は
to be head of the
ない。
headship.
金につい
It
て
can
も
also be said of
言える
money.
金持ちというの
A rich person
は
doesn't mean someone who
金
has
を持っている
money.
やつのことではない。自分より
It
金を
means
持
somebody
ってい
crushes
るや
everyone
つ
who has
は
more
全
money
てを
than
叩き
himself.
潰し、そして誰
And
よ
who
りも
scrabbles together more money than
金
anyone
を集められ
else.
るやつのことを言うのだ。才能も同じ。
It's the same with talent.
天才と
A genius is not what you call a
才
person
能に
blessed
秀
with
でたや
talent.
つのことではない。自分より
And
秀
he's
で
a
た
person who
やつを
crushes
全て
everyone with more
叩
talent
き
than
潰し、
themselves.
自分を
Person
天
who
才
encourages
と
all other people to call them
全ての
that by
人間
using
に
their
呼ばせる
strength
ことを
and
力
charisma.
とカリスマで強要できるやつを指している。お前は
You have mistaken expression when it comes to all these
勘違い
things.
しているのだよ。だから
So you are the right caliber to be my successor.
ではないのだよ。
勉強に
Now that I have learned, perhaps that was precisely Kinzo's philosophy. It could also be taken for a rant. It was a result of faithfully carrying out the philosophy of his. And Kinzo raised the Ushima family to this prosperous height. Maybe hard to imagine after his immersion in the code in recent years. It was that brutal aggression that was Ushinomiya Kinzo's charisma and aura.
このような不甲斐ない
Such a weak-minded person has no qualifications to inherit everything of the Ushinomiya family.
などない。ならば
In that case, is Eva, Rudolph, Rosa qualified?
あるのか。これもノーである。
That is also no!
気分の
When I saw the riddle, neither were you able to scheme to drag Kraus down from his throne.
策も労せず。お前たちにできた
All
の
three of you
は
could manage to do was put together a unified front to try to extort money from
クラウ
Kraus.
スから金をせびろうとしたことだけ。しかもその策
And even that scheme was
浅はか
thoughtless.
そのもの。クラウス
He can't even corner Kraus all by
一人を追い詰めることさえできやしない。情けない
There'd be nothing more shameful. You like the avarice to steal away the business next successor by any means necessary. In order to get what you want, you should pay all sacrifices, be covetous, avaricious to the last.
強欲となるべし。幸運の女神は貪欲。
Fortune smiles upon the greedy.
その野生の精
Oh,
神がない
you
お
three
前た
were
ち
like that
3
wild
人
spirit, as unfit for succession as
継
Kraus.
承の資格などありはしない。
Everyone and the others had no words to respond with. They couldn't figure out what it was that Kinzo was about to say. Was Kinzo actually planning to proclaim that no one would succeed the head? If so, then that would work to Eva, Rose, and Rudolph's advantage. There's only thing the siblings would need to do is coordinate everything between them after Kinzo's death and split the inheritance evenly. On the contrary, if a specific person's name was raised and proclaimed to be the one to succeed the head, that would surely be more troublesome. But would Kinzo really say something that would benefit any of the 4 siblings after lambasting them so much?
まさか
You don't think he's going to say that because no one would succeed him?
財産を
Or doing all his towards a charity or something like that, right?
お父様なら
I'm afraid I wouldn't put it past father.
頭に血が上って
The blood's just risen to his head.
しばらく
For the time being, we're just gonna have to hear him out.
ではお父さん
Well then, father.
次期
What
当
thoughts
主
do
に
you
つ
have
いて
regarding the
は
next head?
どういうお考えをお持ちですか
お前たちに
Since I'm so completely disappointed in all of you, I've lost desire to hand it over to
私は誰
anyone.
に引き継ぐ気も失った。よって
Therefore, The Ushiromiya family will end here. It ends with my generation. Surely we must. The Ushiromiya family was ruined long ago in that earthquake. The current Ushiromiya family is nothing but my own short-lived vision of gold. The lights of which will end when I awaken from my slumber. This world is not but a dream, an illusion. Life is but a daydream, with the awakening called death. Ah, yes! It has been since the beginning! That I should lose everything when I die was Beatrice's contract! Her curse! You think that will work, Beatrice? I will be the one to capture you! Tonight, that shall become reality! For a while, Kinzo was overcome with cackling and his eyes bulged. When we were talking about Beatrice, always elegant and filled with obsession. Foolish sons and daughters, such yourselves are truly a daydream. It's as though you were never there from the beginning. Disappear! Wake up! Fade away along with the those are my true selves. You fellows have not built up anything that makes you worthy to succeed me. Kinzo-sama? If I may. What is it? My friend. Nanjo nervously raised his hand, asking him to speak up. Kinzo permitted it. I understand how you feel, Kinzo-san. Because you love your children. I say a lot of them as a parent and grandparent myself. I understand that parental affection that can make you feel as though these expectations were betrayed. However, you're an extraordinary Kinzo-san. A genius. And even so, it has not stopped them from trying. San, Eva-san, Rudo-san, Rosa-san, and other partners are doing their very best to catch up to you. Ho-ho! Here's how much money they built up with this doing their very best! These half-wits, they fail in each and every one of their enterprises and become burdened with debt. And still trying to sponge off of me are doing their best exactly how? Money is the crystallization of everything in this world. You cannot grasp that, then you cannot grasp the world. The soul cannot keep a tight grasp on this world. It doesn't deserve to live. Disappear! Be gone from my life and reality! That argument is unreasonable. That logic even I should not be allowed to live. Yet, I believe the time I spent playing chess with you was worthwhile for both of us. You should have known better than anyone else that there are many things in this world that money cannot buy. Siblings emotionally hung their head. They cheered Nanjo on inside their hearts. None of the siblings could offer their opinion to Nanjo in a rage, but Nanjo alone was allowed to as Kinzo's close friend. Even though Kinzo enraged so fiercely after being admonished by Nanjo, he nodded several times as though in agreement. He's a surprisingly docile sight, might seem cute, but there's no one who could laugh.
確かに息子さんたちは
It may be true that your children wasn't able to build up as great a fortune as yourself.
まあ
Well, even so, from my point of view, they're rich enough to make me jealous.
羨ましいほどのお金持ちではありますがな。しかしお金だけでなく
But besides money, they've also built up a great many things that money can't buy.
それについて言えば
When it comes to that, they're no way inferior to you. Oh? What are you saying they have built up that money cannot buy?
幸せです。
Happiness. That's the only reason I'm not digging into you for saying that.
家族です。
Family.
彼らはつけ
They have found wonderful partners, had children, and have built their own happiness
幸せな家庭を築い
at
た
their homes.
あなたの一
Your family's thriving thanks to them, and they have brought back grandchildren to
孫
you.
を連れ帰ってきてくれました。孫はいいですぞ。
Grandchildren are good.
私たち
The older people can look at those young grandchildren who live on to the new era that we will not be given a chance to see, and imagine an endless future for them.
無限の未来を想像するのです。それは
Isn't that the so entertainment for us of an old age?
思い出しなさい。
Remember, Kinzo-san.
そうさ彼らが
Remember your joy when we first came back
孫を連れて
to you with grandchildren.
時の喜びを。息子さんたちは
Children and grandchildren, we relate to your great works to future generations, and you'll be
金蔵さんの
models house after you.
それはお金がいくら
That's something a single person cannot accomplish no matter how much money they have.
なせぬことです。
The siblings all nodded in agreement. Surely there had been a time when Kinzo looked at his newly born grandchildren with happiness in his eyes. Back when he still had some sanity in his heart. However, was there any human worth still left in Kinzo's heart?
それはつまり
You mean to say?
私が
In exchange for the vast riches I've created.
代わりに金を儲ける
Instead of gaining money, I've gained my
孫
grandchildren.
を儲けたとそういうわけか。
いえ
No, that's not what I...
私が稼ぎ上げた
So, in exchange for several tons of billions in wealth I've amassed, I've given a single grandchild from each of my children. That is wonderful!
つまりは
So I've created a single life at the cost of 10 billion yen!
一つそういうわけだ。
That's how it is!
これは面白い
Interesting thing of it from a person who alchemy truly makes for an interesting analogy, don't you agree?
なんと価値ある孫たちなのか。
Oh, what valuable grandchildren!
素晴らしい。
Wonderful,
素晴ら
wonderful!
しいそうなのか。
Is that right, Kraus?
お前の
Is your
娘
daughter
は
worth 10
100
billion?
億の価値があるという。
Kraus couldn't answer instantly. It wasn't that he didn't have confidence in his daughter, it was because he didn't have a clue what Kinzo was trying to test with this question. When Natsuki was then pressed for an answer, she responded, breaking Kraus' silence with an answer of her own interpretation. Yes.
ジェシカは
Jessica's daughter who I wouldn't let go even for 10 billion
手
yen.
放せない娘です。その意味において
In that sense, I believe she has value that can be counted with money.
信じています。
Oh.
100億
Didn't say for certain that she was worth 10 billion.
生きるか。ほほう。
Ho
エヴァ
ho!
はどうか。
What about you, Eva?
お前のところの
What
ジ
do you say
ョ
about
ージ
your
はどうだ。
George? Even though Natsuki had chosen to answer, there was naturally no doubt as to what Eva's answer would be. Even though Eva should have known better than respond to this kind of provocative questions, did so as well.
お父様
Yes, father.
ジョージには
George
100
worth 10 billion? No, even more
そ
than
れ
that.
以上の価値がありますそれはお金で買えないという抽
And
象
that's
的
not
な
in
意味
the
ではあり
abstract
ま
sense
せ
of
ん
things money can't buy.
ジョージは必
George
ず
is going to build up a fortune
自ら
equal
の
to
価
his
値に
worth.
等しいだけの財産を築き上げるでしょうお父様の偉業を
I'm sure you
継ぐ
become a grandson worthy of carrying on your great
ふさわしい孫となるはずです
works. Eva sent a glance at Hideyoshi and Nachi that said, like a fiddle. After hearing Eva's answer, Nachi was about to add more praise for her daughter, which stopped at the glare from Kraus.
なるほど。
I see.
ならばルドルフは
And
ど
what
うか
about you, Rudolph?
お前のとこだというの
What about your butler?
うちのバトラーはジョージ君に比べられちゃ
But George,
言われることは
there's nothing I can brag about with Battler.
誘拐されて
He was kidnapped when we were threatened with ransom 10 billion. I was laying a little bow on the guy and letting them have
つけ
him.
て進呈したい程度のやつではあるさらに
Now that he's an idiot and reckless.
偉そうな夢や
Dreams are way too big and tugs of things he hasn't got a snowball's home in hell of doing.
その一点においては大バカだろ
I guess in that respect, he's a super idiot worth the equivalent of 10 billion normal idiots. How do you look at the average person who hasn't got the balls to be an idiot, and I'll be that guy? And that guy who's gonna try things that 10 billion of them couldn't do
と
together.
あいつはやり出すだろうよま
I'm pretty sure he'll fall flat on his
解ける
face.
だろうとは思ってる世の中は甘く
The
ね
world isn't easy.
しかし
But at the very
多く
least,
の凡人を眺めるよりは奴の人生は干渉
there's
して
no doubt in my mind that watching over his life would be more entertaining than
ことは
watching looking at 10 billion average people. Ever clicked your tongue as the clever style of speech that would probably match Kinzo's taste. Harry and Rudolph had been after this himself, grinning back at her. We're really not going to talk about Angie in this one. Huh.
マリアはどうか
I'm actually kind of surprised. Like, I feel like you could bring up Angie. I feel like you should bring up Angie. Like, they gave us one child. He already speaks up. I gave. Rudolph speaks up. Actually, gave you two, Dad. What of Maria? Maria's my darling only daughter. Value cannot be measured with money. That's all. I see.
夢と未来
Dreams and futures, miracles, possibilities, the source of my magical power.
魔力の源泉だ希望をなくしていかなる魔法の
No magic goes power
力
without
を
hope.
持ちはしないすでに凡百であることを証明してしまったお
Can I
前た
expect
ち
anything
に
more
は
from you people who have proven yourselves to be average,
何を
but
期待することも叶わないがなるほど
yes, my grandchildren do have a
孫たちには
possible
未来の可能性があり
future. One worth hoping for it from a magical power to
あ
come.
り得るというわけか それをもって100億
You say that this makes them worth more than 10 billion? I can understand that.
わからぬでもない
And Ken's on a range, he wouldn't let anyone talk back. But even so, while young by himself, he would sometimes convince himself with something of his own record and change his own opinion. That's what this felt like to be his siblings. Apparently, even though Kinzo had been absolutely fed up with his shoddy children and had cast them away as being unfit for the hands of his title or fortune, he wasn't so sure about his grandchildren. At this rate, he might soon say that inheritance would go to his grandchildren instead of his siblings. The sitting sad in fear what their fickle and short-tempered father would suddenly think of next. They can't really watch his every move. Let me change my thinking a little.
As you
know, I see you people inherit all that is mine.
全くないしかし孫たちの誰かにその資格があるかどうかを問うのはなかなかに面
However, it
白い
would be quite interesting to question the grandchildren to see whether one of them is qualified.
いつまでも子
I didn't think
供
of them
だ
as
と
kids who
思
never
って
grow
おっ
up.
たがひょっとすると私を驚
But
かせる
there's a chance they would show me a glimmer of unpolished fruits that will surprise me.
ような奇跡のきらめきを見せてくれるかもしれない
Yes,
い
I
つ
can
まで
understand
も
that.
そしてそれを期待し試すの
And testing for that would be?
なるほど
Yes, that would be hard to pass over as a pound of version for my last remaining days.
さてこれはどうしたものか
ジョージならお父様の後を継ぐに
I can recommend George the Count as a fitting success for you, father. I would claim that right away. Now she looked like she was about to fall along, but Krause gave her a look telling her to share, so she swallowed words.
勇ましいではないか
How bold!
ではこうしよう
Then let us do this.
後ろ宮家
I wanted to question the grandchildren to see whether they qualify to inherit the Ushinomiya family headship and all of its wealth.
お父様
Father?
しかし
However!
それはお前たちの誰か
I
に
do not mean by this that one of you will receive the headship
意
indirectly.
味ではないお前たちにはすでに失望しているのだ
I've already lost hope in every one of you.
お前た
I have nothing to give you now.
ない何もな
Nothing!
私が問うのは
The ones I will question are the grandchildren.
そして引き継ぐかもしれない
The ones who might succeed me are the grandchildren.
それを決して
Because we sure that you don't mistake this. Are we clear?
お父さんの判断に
I'll follow your decision, father.
同じくだ。
Same here.
親父の決定
I'll
に
go along with
従
what you
うぞ
determine.
なあ、兄貴。
And you, Aniki?
お父様が賢明な判断をされると信じています
I believe that you make a wise judgment, father.
私も
I will
お
also
父様の
abide
判
by
断
your
を従い
decision.
ます
孫たちをどのように試
I
す
still think of how I would test the grandchildren.
そしてそれは
That no longer has anything to do with any of you.
お前たちには今更関係のない話だ 当主継承
Does no longer have anything to do with the succession of the
もは
head.
や何の関係もないのだからだからこの場では
So I use this opportunity to talk about something else that does have something to do with all of you.
もう一つの話をしようではないか
もう一つの話
Something else?
それこそが今宵のそして
That is the-
後ろ宮
is the
家
true
最
reason
後
of
の
nights.
親族
I
会
know.
議
We should
の
only a family conference.
お前たちに求めるのは議論でも意見でもない
I demand from you is neither discussion nor your
我
opinions.
が儀式に
I demand cooperation
協力を
for
求
my
めるためだ
ritual.
儀式
Ritual?
静かに
Quiet.
お父様がお
Others
話をなさってい
talking
る
now.
最中よ
Rudolph and Russ automatically knitted their brows of the cult-like world ritual. Was he talking about starting a strange ritual involving Beatrice's resurrection again? Is there any that they help? What in the world was he planning to start? In the past, he had carried out many eccentricities that he called by the same name. Such as lighting a strange incense and filling the whole mansion with the stench. The siblings' ritual was nothing more than the aged kindred's obnoxious hobbies.
お父さん儀式とは一体
It's just, what do you mean by,
私たちに協力できることなら
oh, assist you in any way that we can?
ねえローザ
Right, Rosa?
ええ
Yes?
でも
But what in the
一体
world
何を
is it?
私が碑文に
The
刻
ritual
ん
is
だ
as
通
I
りの
inscribed
儀
in the
式
epitaph.
ベアトリーチェをよみがえらせ黄金鏡の扉を開く儀式である。
It serves a ritual to revive Beatrice from the door to the golden land.
肉体の檻を
That
逃れ
witch who escaped her cage of flesh and spear easily slipped through my fingers. Can we finally be able to capture?
今度こそ捕らえ屈服させる私の
And
最
subjugate with my
大の
grace and art.
秘訣だ。そのために
Only I must sacrifice 13 people for that
13
purpose.
人の命を生贄に捧げねばならぬがな。13人もの生贄は容易には集まらん。
It's not easy to gather 13 sacrifices.
しかし今宵は
But tonight is the
親族
family
会議。
conference.
これだけの大人数が六軒島に集まった。
Look how many have gathered in Rokujima.
この儀式が行え
There
る
can be no
の
other
は
day on which to carry
今
out
日
this
を
ritual.
置いて他にないのだ。
Again, literally, it could only sound as though he was telling them to die as sacrifices is a disturbing ritual. Ridiculous. Was this some kind of metaphor? They didn't even have a clue what he was trying to tell them through this analogy. The siblings whispered together, wondering what Kinzo was saying.
親父は何を言ってるんだ。
What's that going on about?
いつもの悪い
Is it a usual bad sickness?
だろうな。
Probably.
しばらく黙
Keep quiet for now and hear him out.
ごめんなさい、お父
I'm
様。
sorry, father.
どういう意味でおっしゃられているのか分かりかねます。
I don't understand how you mean that.
何が分かりかねるというのか。
What is it you don't understand?
私は至極
I
単
am
純
speaking
に
extremely
話している。
simply.
ベアトリーチェを蘇らせる儀式のためにこの島にいる人間から
I have said that I shall choose 30 people among the humans of the island and offer them as sacrifices for my ritual to revive Beatrice.
何の価値もないお前たちも我が儀式
Even
の
worthless people like you can be very useful as sacrifices for my
大いに役に
ritual.
立てるというわけだ。 聞け。
Hear
これ
this!
は冗
It's not a
談
joke
で
nor
は
anything of the
ない
sort.
我が人生の最後に欲する最後の
This is my
賭け
final bet, my
最後
final
の儀
ritual,
式
the
で
last
あ
I
る
will desire in my life.
この島には今13人を超える人間がいる。
There are now more than 13 humans on this island.
つまり
In short,
この
that's a head count which at least satisfies this massive number of
満
sacrifices.
たせるだけの頭数が存在するというわけだ。お前たちは我が儀式の生贄となれ。
Become the sacrifices for my ritual.
金蔵さん。
Ginzo-san, you were possibly... Oh, fuck, I should have come today.
あの話は
This is about what you said back then. It wasn't a joke. Unusually, Najo, his face changed color, he stood and shouted. It seemed like this wasn't the first time Najo had heard all this dark talk about 13 sacrifices.
すまんな我が友よ。
Sorry, my
あれ
friend.
は冗
That
談
was not a
で
joke
も
nor
何で
anything of
も
the
ない
sort.
我が生涯を賭して最後に挑む儀式でありゲームなのだよ。
This is what I bet my life on. The final ritual. The final game that I would challenge.
そう。
Yes!
これはゲ
This
ー
is
ムだ。
that game!
お前たちにとって我が財産を得て島を出ることがゴールならばそれを達する方法は 2つしかない。
Yes, this is a game. If gaining my fortune, leaving the island is your goal, then there are only 2 ways to achieve it. Successfully survive being chosen with the 13 sacrifices. And stop the ritual by finally solving the riddle of the epitaph.
私を殺し
Or kill me.
この儀式を止めてみせるか。
And stop the ritual in that manner.
この2つしか
Those
な
are the
い。
only 2 ways. Even the siblings didn't notice that Kinja was being dragged abnormally.
お父さん、
Father, are you a little tired?
元気さ。
And your son, has father been drinking at all?
少し酒は。いい
No.
え、親方様は
Master is quite
ご
lucid.
明晰であらせられる。
悪いけど親父、
Sorry, Dad? I
何を言い
don't have a clue what you're starting to go on about.
親父が愛す
You would start up whatever weird truth you want to revive the witch you love.
親父の趣味
That's your hobby, after all.
だがそいつに巻き込まれて生贄にされるのは
Really,
まあ
us
明らか
me
に
do all this and making you set into a sacrifice? This is not gonna happen.
ルドルフ、お父様の
Rudolph,
話に口
who
を
asked you to
挟
chip
む気
in?
何言ってんだ兄貴。
What are you on about, Anarchy? He's literally telling us to go die.
こんな物騒
Then I'm
な
gonna sit
話に
here nodding my head at this. Are you
はいそうですか
nuts?
でうなずけるわけねえだろ。
Was the ritual Kindra mentioned literally the frightening thing it seemed to be? Or was it some kind of test to choose his successor? I remember taking it at a disturbing face value. But I have my parents to believe that was something like a trial or examination. To find the proper next step. The Kindra's response to this was clear.
さて
Well, that's all I have to say.
以上だ。異議も意見も何にも必要はない。
No objections or viewpoints are necessary.
4人の不出来なる息子たちがいたという私の夢が覚めるだけの話なのだ。
I was simply awakened from my dream in which I have 4 failures for
お
children.
前たちにとって
To all of you, what will occur now before your very eyes do not seem like a dream, an illusion, an unearthly world that defies
あるい
understanding.
はこの世のものと思えぬ理解に及ばぬ世界だろう。しかしそれこそが我が現実。
But that is so is my reality. Now I finally wait for my fleeting useless dream that all of you are.
今こそようやく覚めるのだ。さあ、もうゲームは始まっているぞ。
Come! The game has already begun.
これだけ
With this many of you here, I already know whose life I should take first.
命を奪えばいいものやら。さらばだ、出来の悪き息子たちよ。
Goodbye, my bungling sons and daughters!
そして生
And for the final and only time in your lives, be of use to me for my
私の
ritual!
儀式のために役に立て。いでよ、ペンドラゴンの記念兵たちよ。
Arise, 10 Dragon Memorial troops! As Kenzo raised his arms high like an opera singer and yelled those words as though towards a packed audience. The air shot like glass and the figures of the view and have been invited to this island appear regardless.
シエスタ45ここに
Chester 45, right here.
シエスタ41
Chester 410, right here.
シエスタ00ここに
Chester double right here, sir. 3 girls with bizarre forms suddenly appeared behind Kinzo. Where from? When? Who? Who are they? Humans were thrown off balance, their minds went blank. Because they waste time with such thoughts, they lost their chance to survive.
お前たちには6人
I grant you permission to shoot 6 people to death! You have free choice of targets.
攻撃開始
Begin attacking.
自由射撃了解であります
Unrestricted firing. Understood, sir.
良き標的
Thank you
に
for the
関
good
し
targets.
かっこ自由
Audience,
射撃
commence
開始
unrestricted firing.
一番
あそれで As Floor 10 scratched the air with her finger, a gold bow appeared in empty space and string was pulled back. The own arrow that had been ready was fired off without any hesitation. Flew around the room, leaving haphazard gold trails everywhere. And from among those sitting at the table of the family conference, it chose Natsuki and polarized the left half of her face. Flesh and deep red blood splattered all around, leaving a massive amount of deep red splatter marks on the relatives' faces in the pure white tablecloth. There was silence. Despite the massive number of deep red splotches left on the tablecloth, even still, no one could understand why Natsuki's head was half smashed, nor why she was hanging her head as though she had dozed off in her chair. They watched these events in silence. Those sitting on the right side from Natsuki were silent for a relatively long time. Those sitting on your left side were not, because the people sitting on that side have been shown that her head had been smashed open like a watermelon or a pomegranate, and could even see inside her. Natsuki?
まずは一人
Well, that's one.
夏日か
Natsuki, I see.
最後
A luck will swim into the end.
女だ次
Next!
WO 射撃
Double firing. The same way, Double scratched the empty air to ready her bow and fired. Just like an arrow 410 had released, it flew around at high speed, drawing a convoluted trail, after which, as he looked at Natsuki in shock, it smashed half Rudolph's head in the same way, killing him instantly. This time, everyone did not stop thinking altogether. They realized that a terrible murder had been carried out right in front of them, according to Kinzo's words. As they understood that Kinzo would probably kill again. Joe's screams burst out. Even now, they still don't know what to do. So they could only keep screaming and flapping their wide open mouths like goldfish. Father? What do you think you're doing? You're out! Hurry up and run! As Eva asked Kinzo that in total shock, Yoshi, who had come to senses and risen from the chair faster than anyone else, pulled at her arm from behind. However, merciless fate's choice of third fact phrase was Hideyoshi. Just like the two before him, only half of Hideyoshi's head was neatly smashed. On the right side of his head, which happened to be facing the direction at the time, was blown away, chunks of its contents thrown around like a watermelon or a pomegranate. So, still holding Eva, Hideyoshi toppled backwards and fell down. Still held by her beloved husband, Eva fell over backwards with him. Honey? Honey! Oh! Eva screamed. And who could blame her? The face she had been looking for had been half lost. And the crushed skull and the squelchy exposed brain, the crushed jaw were all bare.
45着弾命中
45! Impact on target!
見事だ
Spectacular!
続けて撃て
Fire again!
残りは3人であるぞお父さん
Father! What are you doing?
何の真似です
Krauss stood up forcefully and was about to rush Kinzo when Double O blocked him. Despite her slim-looking body, she held back Krauss's body with just the palm of her right hand. Still tried to resist and attack Kinzo. So Double O lifted Krauss up by the collar and twisted into his Adam's apple with her thumb. It seemed very painful and Krauss was overcome with agony. Everyone, run! Get the police! Emergency services! Quickly! Everyone, let's escape! Escape! Hunter's sharp words finally broke the spell that had been holding them down in their chairs. Miss Goten and Kumasawa made a mad scramble to escape from the dining hall. 410 teleported into that spot, blocking the way.
You
showed us slow, ne? Anything I'd let you escape, ne? Help me! Goda-san, duck. At the sound of Kirai's sharp voice, Goda, in a state of complete confusion, ducked. Then, a burst of air rushed above his head. Kirai had taken a big swing with the chair to mow 410 down. But 410, still wearing a contemptuous expression, easily caught the wildly swung chair with one hand. You're a scary woman, Nya. You really want to follow your husband that bad, Nya? In the sleeve of the arm that she had used to catch a chair, something like a shining golden snake appeared. Gorged over around the chair with a huge crunch burst into splinters. There's a fearsome power stronger than any vice. When Kirai realized that being in front of her, which looked like a girl, was actually a being that surpassed human knowledge and which a human could not even begin to oppose, her head was filled with a great alarm bell that welled up from inside her. Even the scene like this before them, Genji, Shannon, and Cannon, the servants bring to where the one-winged angel continued to stand calmly, attention by the wall, making them look very bizarre and eerie. For instance, Kirai thought that the source of their calmness was that they were with the enemy and had been guaranteed that they wouldn't be killed. I know she thought that, then Genji's face was blown away before her eyes. Genji-san?
45着弾命中
45, impact on target. Oh, Genji. That is unfortunate. Rest in peace, my friend. Your death will not be wasted. To become the 13 keys essential to this resurrection, my beloved witch. The half of Genji's exchange the rain was as different as ever. He tilted, fell in a heap, and sent a blood-red splatter across the floor. Genji-sama? We're nothing more than the witch's pieces. Nothing more. Nothing more. From the meek and frustrated, no, resigning expression on Shannon and Ken's face, couldn't feel any naive expectation that they would be saved. That's right. And it was, in the true sense, carrying out these murders at random. In the true sense, he was killing like it was a game to see who would be saved and who would be killed. Alright then, who will go for next, ne? 410 looked at Kirai for a second. In that saying, Kirai prepared for her own death. Wasn't she ready to go and bow in midair? 410 looked at someone else over Kirai's shoulder. So ashamed as it was, Kirai sensed that she had been saved. Again, an ugly sound of something cracking and exploding rang throughout the room. Who was it this time? When Kirai turned in the direction of the sound, she saw Eva collapse into her husband's chest, gushing blood like a fountain. Of course, her face was half smashed just like her husband's. 410 mercilessly targeted Eva as she clung to her husband's body, sobbing. Let go of Nissan! Let go of Nissan! Just stop it, father! Just stop this brutality! Run, Rosa! Rosa's protestations weren't reaching Kinzo as he continued to laugh loudly in the blood-splattered dining hall. Nor received a lesson, Krause's pain as O lifted him up by the collar. So Rosa had no choice but to use force. She raised one of the chairs beside her over her head and gave a warning. Father, I'll order her to let go of Nissan! Just make them stop all of this! I think not. That's what you are, they're preventing using your own power! Better path open for your own fate with your own hands! You always sit behind the backs of others in fear. Show me that vomit of self-mastery that dwells within you. Father? The chair that Rosa lifted over her head, swung down at her father, who reigned as a terror symbol for her entire life. It was a grace and final act of bravery and self-mastery in Rosa's life. His might have been right. She had grasped that courage much, much sooner. Her life might have been more free, unrestrained by anyone else. Then, a loud bursting sound. The sound rose the chair fiercely hitting Kinzo? It was not. Sailing looking out of the chair, she neatly lost half of her head and fell with a thud. Sewing Krause up with one hand, Bevo had stuck out her other hand towards Rosa. The Odin snake released from that arm had conjured Rosa into helix and shoot a hole through her head. Defensive firing. Apologies to this courtesy of a point-blank shot, sir. It matters not. This makes sense. Yes, Lord Goldsmith, sir. That makes sense. Declaring that with indifference, Dabo let go of Krause, who she had been lifting up this whole time. So the side phrase of the first trial were Emma, Rudolph, Rosa, Natsu, Hideyoshi, and Genji. It was a massacre that happened in an instant. The interior of the dining hall was dirty with blood splatter. The 6 unlucky victims lay with their heads brutally exposed. Apparently, it was Kinzo's abnormal laugh alone that I go in that abnormal space. The curtain has finally risen! It's the beginning of the ritual revive Beatrice! You lucky ones who have managed to see the first twilight. Allow me to introduce you to my friends. Arise, my friend! Ronove!